This is the type of car that when you approach it, you can only say one thing. They don't make them like they used to. Hey. In front of me is a 1979 Pontiac Trans-Am, and it was introduced as a sister car to the Camaro back in the 60s. It was meant to compete against the Mustang in the same way, and I think GM really gave Ford some good competition. This year, Trans-Am had the highest sales numbers of any other generation, and for good reason. Burt Reynolds made it an absolute icon in the movie Smokey and the Bandit. And actually, that movie holds up pretty damn well today. This specific model has drifted from stock status with a modified engine, transmission, gauge cluster, larger snowflake rims, as well as a 78 front end. It did come with the WS6 performance package, which gave it stiffened suspension, a larger rear sway bar, constant ratio steering, as well as four-wheel disc brakes all around, which are very much needed. The owner of this car, Matt McGonigal, received this car with a blown motor. Now, what choice did he have? A very simple one. Get a 454 big block V8, bored out to 489 cubic inches, and slap 500 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels. Based on the drive, I'm not being lied to with those numbers. It also came with a turbo 400 transmission, which he swapped out with a Richmond manual 5-speed. This is a perfect example of modifications done right. All of the original look and feel is still present, but with an incredible amount of power and a sound that could wake the dead. Gone is the original 403 small block, and as much as I appreciate something all original, I can't be mad at a properly built big block with an additional 315 horsepower. From the exhaust tips to the rims, the most important visual cues are all accounted for and help maintain that most memorable Trans-Am look we've all come to know and love. Even the Bandit himself would be proud. The interior has some minor changes, but remains mostly original. Everything has been very well kept over the years, with the original seat fabrics and trim still in place. The updated carbon fiber gauges go very well with the custom black dash trim, and the custom signal lights get the job done with a simple minimalist design. In this video, I'm first going to show off how this Trans-Am drives, then Matt is going to show you how he drives this Trans-Am. Kind of like this. Between the black interior and the engine heat, this car's about 50 degrees hotter than it is outside. Worth it. Can't beat that. You can't beat that startup. One thing you might notice right off the bat is compared to other cars I've driven, you may notice I'm a bit happier, a bit more lively, a bit more awake, and there's a reason. Who the hell wouldn't be happy in a car like this? I know, everyone's looking at me. The power that it's putting out says that I can do whatever the hell I need to do to get where I need to go. And this is a slight straightaway. Oh my Lord. Okay. All that torque, and you can pretty much pull out of any gear without stressing. As visceral and as clunky as it is, it's smooth as hell. Come on, listen to that. The sound you get from pushing that pedal down, from the door vibrating, from the hood bouncing around, everything is so loud. This is not a car you take a nap in. You got a passenger, they'll stay awake. She's got a lot under the hood. The transmission is very interesting. It's rugged, it's tough, it's stern to get through gears. You have to have a good amount of force to kind of wrench it in and pull it back out. And it's funny because it's almost like you can't feel what gear you're going into, but you just know you're in the right gear. Am I in second? No, I was in fourth. See? That's how hard it is to tell where this shifter is located. This clutch is not bad for even traffic. It catches perfectly. It bites is what it does. Oh, and it makes you sweat. I got a fire extinguisher just in case I catch on fire, and you feel that heat just come through. My Lord. Is there a temperature? It's on cold. Yeah, sure it is. I mean, where are the vents? There's no vents for the driver. This is one of those situations where you're not driving a perfectly stock, super original model, and you don't care. A lot of the original feeling of the car is still present. And that to me is most important, that you can still feel like you're driving a muscle car from the 70s. Check this out, 40 miles an hour and cruising. I'm comfortable too. This seat is actually really comfortable. I guarantee you if you were 6'4", that same rule wouldn't apply because you're a bit close, but I'd rather be near my controls than further away. And despite air being in the brakes a little bit and a little adjustment needed there, stopping power is convincing. I guess the only downside is the leaf spring suspension. I mean, for how you expect to handle this car, the handling's not really that bad at all. No one anticipates something like this making runs around a track like a Mini Cooper. The steering wheel is very floaty. There's a lot of give before anything really starts to happen. Once you figure out the steering inconsistencies, it's pretty consistent. This is not what Burt Reynolds was driving, I'll tell you that. He was driving a very toned down version of whatever this is. The thing is, back in the day, they didn't have special effects. All they can do is really speed up and slow down film. So how the hell did he do all those maneuvers in this car? I mean, he didn't, it was a stunt driver, but either way, somebody did it.
You're doing good, didn't you, Fred?
Everything about the look of this thing works. The little modifications he did with decals, as far as the little Bandit face everywhere, it's a good touch. It sells the car for what it was, the Bandit's car. This can be something you can take out frequently. The only reason you wouldn't want to take it out frequently is because you want to leave it in the same condition you had it. But as far as drivability, this is something you can drive frequently, minus the fact that there's no air conditioning and you'll melt. There's some cars I've driven that you go, do I want to take that out? It's a lot of work, it's a lot of this. But if I'm doing 30 right now, I'm having a great time and I feel like I'm the man. It just gives you a level of confidence you probably shouldn't have. Now, what would a Westchester DT be doing on my tail? Let's just see what he's got under the hood.
Bye-bye, baby. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. We've got a long way to go, and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just quattro bandit run.
The owner does want to do some more modifications to this, more cleanup, just make it look a little bit more fit and finish and what he's looking for. It's a slow project for him over time. He enjoys it more than anything, and that's the primary thing. Again, with a car like this, if you're not going to drive it, why do you even own it? He's had it for about 12 years, and he really uses it, and I have to respect that. He'll use it, he'll damage something, he'll fix it. Definitely made me feel like I drove this car like a grandma. After a few hours with this Trans Am, it reminded me why I love the automotive world so much. It forces you to smile and have fun, and that sometimes you just have to floor it and not take life so seriously. The only negative to this car was the amount of heat it put out, so much so that my ice-cold drink was damn near boiling after 20 minutes in the cup holder. Otherwise, it's happiness on four wheels. If you enjoyed this video, check out my earlier review on the 1969 Camaro. If you want to see more, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. Board up to 498.89. 489? Yeah, 489, yeah. Now I'm making shit up. See, this could be the blooper. This could be the blooper. Yeah, there's always a blooper.
I don't mind being on the blooper.
All right, you're in the blooper.